Hey YouTube, Wheelchair 21, possibly a late delay on the intro here, and this is the SHF Figuarts review of Shinken Red. The camera moved a little, sorry. The Shinken Red I got, I think I got it about, I don't remember. Shinken Red I got early March, and it's now late April, almost May, and I know, I'm really behind. And I gotta say, one thing that got me behind, well, my computer was down. I just haven't had the time to really reset my room and my camera to, excuse me, I just burped, sorry, to reset my room to make it look presentable. And as everyone might have already seen, the thrust review was horribly done, but this Shinken Red I hope to go a little further than it is. And let me just show you. Shinken Red is probably one of my favorite Figuarts because it's the first Shinkenger Figuart. Not Shinkenger, but first Sentai Figuart. It has one or two defects, but great figure all in all. Some of its accessories are a holding. God damn it. Is a holding hand for the Shinkenmaru, and a holding hand for. Damn. I hate my camera because it always puts me off track. A holding hand for the Shodophone in pen mode, brush mode. The Shodophone hand is pretty cool. It holds the Shodophone pretty well, accurate. When I display it, I rarely use the Shodophone display hand because it really takes just a little push, and the phone gets loose and it'll fall out. That's one reason why, and I prefer just displaying it with its Shinkenmaru. Because I'll show later on that other than the Shinkenmaru, it gets to be a pain in the ass to hold the Rekka Daizanto, because the Rekka Daizanto's hilt or handle is very thin, and the thin hilt handle for the Rekka makes it that the hands don't really hold well to the actual figure. Where the Shinkenmaru hand, which is displayed on the box and displayed like this, holds it quite well. As seen in other Figuart reviews, one thing that's cool about it is the fact that the Shinken Red comes with a mini damn, won't go on the hand. I wonder why. Okay, wait. That the Shinken Red figure art also comes with the Shishi Origami in its emblem mode, as I should like to say. I like to keep an eye on my camera and its screen recording so I don't fuck up this review. And the emblem mode. The emblem mode, I like it. It's enjoyable. The holding hands, there's like two different sets. One for Rekka Daizanto, and one like I showed on the side is the for the Shinkenmaru. As seen in most other people's videos and reviews, the discs are removable on the Rekka and the Shinkenmaru. Are they switchable? No, they're offside. They're two different sizes, and the Shishi Origami is really small, the actual, like, in origami mode, but it should be because it usually is crawling around doing funny-ass shit and making it a really entertainable show when it was in Shinkenger and in Power Rangers Samurai. The front feet actually do move a little bit. I didn't really pay attention to that, and I really have never taken this out of the box because I'm afraid to lose it. I haven't even put it into my regular Figuart box because my Figuart pieces box is mostly for Kamen Rider related stuff, so I'm going to get another box to put Shinkenger and other Super Sentai Figuarts if ever there should be one down the road. One of the things about the figure is its posability is great. One of its issues is really like the rubber ankle foot joint right here at the bottom. The problem I want to say is the rubber foot syndrome that these new Figuarts are having lately. All of them are rubber feet, rubber ankle joints, and they're all ball jointed, unlike the hinged metal joint. The hinged metal joints get loose quite faster than the rubber joints, but the rubber sometimes are already loose to begin with, and it doesn't hold the Figuart up. I've been having that issue lately with Shinken Gold. My hand's in the way, sorry. Like this. These joints here tend to be a problem because if they get really loose, the Figuart won't stand, and that's the problem about just the soft rubber tip. Another thing about these Figuarts are, the best part about it is the neck is pretty realistic in a sense, but also can be pretty deformed, like my buddy Deluxe Robot showed in his review. I watched his first to try to get at some points that he might have missed, and what a lot of people might have missed before. And another fact that everyone keeps complaining about are how they did these shoulders. These shoulders are so different to a regular Figuart that they can break. A lot of them have broken, I've heard, because of that, and you're afraid to move it because if you look carefully in here, you can actually see like the metal joints in the shoulder piece that goes to the ball joint that works how they move. And that's one of my biggest issues with the figure. In all, the Rekka Daizanto, when you compare it to it, is a hollow thing. It's not hollow, but it's probably pure whole plastic. I mean, if I had a double, I'd snap it in half to prove the rumors if it's hollow or not. I don't know why, but that's pretty stupid of me. But anyways, the sword, like it is, it's like the Rekka. It's technically almost like the cartoon, not the cartoon, the live-action show prop. It's practically almost as tall as the box, about no more than a head higher than Shinken Red if you look at it in this angle. Goddamn. But if you notice, the Rekka is as big as the figure, and it's not that bad. I mean, the Rekka in the show looked to be much wider, bigger, heavier, in a sense, if it was a realistic sword. I mean, it looks pretty damn straight, but it seems to be a little bit bigger in the show compared to Figuart-wise. A lot of people have already mentioned, don't try turning this into the Rekka Fire Blaster mode when it shoots the disc launching mechanism, because it can't do that. It looks like it can, but it can't. You can't push this down, pull back the thing, and lift that up to do it. It just doesn't. Don't try it. Don't try it. It don't work that way. But the thing is when you look at it, like I said, the handles are not that big. Oh crap, wrong part. If you look at the handle here, and then the handle here, okay. These two handles are not really the same size, in a sense. It's a little, thicker and thinner. And that's one of the issues damn, I keep putting my left-handed. And that's the problem, is that because of this being a little thicker this way and that way, it holds the hand better. And the regular disc-holding hand for the trigger of the Shinkenmaru holds it better. So they gave you an extra hand to actually hold the Rekka. Now, these hands that hold the Rekka, I gotta say, are probably the biggest pain in the ass quite so far. Because trying to get the hands off and trying to get the Figuart to actually stand with the Rekka is crazy. I mean, the hand seems to stay and not to stay on. Oh, actually, it does stay on quite perfectly. You just gotta push it in all the way to get it to fit, which I never seem to do. So I'll try to display it. I'll take it off screen for just a brief second, just so I can display it with the Rekka. Yeah, so the biggest issue I've realized is when you're trying to get the Rekka Daizanto to fit in one hand, it doesn't really want to stay in there because of its overweight. And because of its overweight, it doesn't really stay well in the hand. It won't really stay well due to the overweight of the saber to the hand's rubber capabilities to hold it in. Even though it holds pretty well when you're displaying just the hand on the saber, the Rekka, it doesn't really stay in, and that's a problem. That's why I really don't like displaying the Rekka. Also with the Rekka, when you're trying to display the Figuart, it falls over a lot, and I have a lot of trouble. That's why I don't try to display the Rekka for me, because the way I do is I just display it on my one desk here, my little desk that I use here once in a while, and it just goes all over the place. What I usually just do is, like I showed before, I only use the Shinkenmaru because I like it more than the Rekka itself. The Shinkenmaru is better to me than the Rekka. It's just one of those things I like more. And, I mean, they went through all the detail. They've made the Figuart great. Only problem is the shoulders are horrible for how the joint works. They could have done better. Ironically, the Ultra Axe, I'm not going to lie, have so much more potential when it comes to this shoulder joint than the Figuarts do. The Ultra Axe seemed to work around it, as I'll display beforehand, is with an Ultra Axe like this, the arms like this, as you can see if I bend it down a bit, the arms bend inwards like this, so you can actually take the whole shoulder and twist it, which is not normal Figuart credentials, but that's why it's an Ultra Act. The shoulders twist with the figure on a ball joint, than rather the swing joint like a regular Figuart, like a Kamen Rider would have around here and here, which is one of the cool things about Ultra Acts I'll explain in my Ultraman Tiga review. Other than that, I gotta say, it's a pain in the ass to do reviews, and that's kind of why I just stall. So, I mean, I don't care if you don't like this review, if it's not that great of a Shinken Red Figuart review, but hey, I at least had to get the goddamn thing done. Because I wanted to get it done, I had to do it, I wanted to do it, and it's done. It's finally done. And the Konokuro, it looks like it does on the box. It does nothing. And, like Deluxe said, they could have made it posable. And why the hell did you have to put the flag on the back? A reusable flag on the back. Who wants to destroy a perfect good Figuart box, even though it's not really a Figuart to begin with? I don't know. Somebody explain that to me. Is it all about Earth and pollution and crap and recycling? I don't know. Just explain. Explain. That's all I gotta say. And this has been a Figuart review, Wheelchair 21. And I'm gonna go try to edit this stupid piece of crap now. See you later, YouTube. Oi. Bye.